What's up? It's Start Delta 9 coming at you live from my living room. How the hell are y'all? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to light some incense here. I'm going to talk about the Mayflower moon and what it's bringing in, the intense changes to specific zodiac signs. So I'm lighting some Palo Santo. Sorry about the noise. That's my gardener. And it's so pretty right now, so I don't really want to close the windows up. So I want to do a couple housekeeping things and get them out of the way. Sorry about that. First, I want to, oh, is that going to be in the way? Oh no, won't be able to see it. So first I want to say, I want to talk about the new deck that I got. I really love this deck. I'll talk about this deck. I'll do a little bit of a reading with this deck, and I'll do some clarification with the right waiter deck. The right waiter deck. I'm going to give, there's a chakra stones and a deck of cards that I'm going to give away. Hi there, how you doing? That I'm going to give away. I'm going to do the white sage tarot and a set of chakra stones for someone. So if you want to get in on the giveaway for these two, all you have to do is be subscribed, share the video, comment below a number between 1 and what's my channel at 8,000. Let's just do between 1 and 8,000, and then I'll pick somebody. So it'll be for the white sage tarot and the set of chakra stones. Okay. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. This deck that I got, I really love. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jillian Wild or not. I have fallen deeply in love with her decks ever since I began reading and she started producing decks. This is called the Naked Heart Tarot. It's a little different. It's not the same as the meanings are actually based off the original deck, you know, the rider deck. However, the upright meaning in these cards is written in a affirmation, if you will. And I love that because it's always a positive affirmation, right? And the reversal of those cards are just the shadow side of you, the inner side that you possibly need to maybe jot down if it comes up in a reversal and journal about it. Maybe it brings up a stop sign or a speed bump or just an obstacle in your way. And the other thing that I like about it is that she created this deck on the sacred grid of Solomon. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's actually this beautiful grid. And if you set the stones, your crystals, your quartz crystals in specific orders. There's one in the center and one going out towards the grid, and then the other one is the desire. Those all have meanings. It comes with a beautiful little book that she put a lot of work into. That's why I love her so much. She really went out of her way to put a lot of work into what she did. The presentation is really nice. The card stock is beautiful. And I love the elements that she put inside of the box. And in each one of the meanings of the cards, too, which was really nice. Because if you're into crystals like I am, it gives you not only the zodiac sign, but the crystal that goes along with that card. And so you can always do a meditation, which she always leaves you a heart felt meditation, and then that is in the upright, right? The affirmation. And the heart disconnect would be the reversal, where there might be some shadow work that you need to do. So it's a really beautiful deck, and I just love her. So if you guys have, I'm not sponsored by her. I buy all my own decks I just couldn't resist this deck because I love her. And it comes with a personalized card too, which was sweet. She gives you the Sacred Grid of Solomon. She gives you the, what do you call those, guidebooks. And then you get these beautiful cards. And the card stock is really nice. And the imagery on the card is beautiful. This is the sage, the teacher. I mean, that's a beautiful card. I think that might have been that one of the cards that drew me to this deck, and the Justice. But I'm going to do a reading in this, but I want to talk a little bit about this energy that's coming. It feels like, I don't know, like changes are taking place on what do they call those, where you get on the freeway and you have to get a certain pass to ride in that lane, a speed pass, an ultra rapid pace right now. It just seems like it's probably because we're, I don't know, collectively entering into this ecliptic season of 2021, because this is the first eclipse that we're actually having in 2021. So it means there's going to be a lot of twists and turns that are going to lie ahead for us all, and all of the zodiac signs. So May 2021, the full moon is on May 26th. It's the first eclipse of the year, and it's also supermoon. So that's quite beautiful. It means it really has the power to just rock your world. I'm looking at my notes, so please excuse me because I can't remember everything. It's going to rock your world probably, and just like it's rocked mine, and align us with some, I don't know, maybe new trajectories, new roads, new avenues to take, right? And while one is, mm, I don't think any of us are exempt from an eclipse, do you? Nor its intensity, because the zodiac signs that are, I always like to look at the ones that are most affected and the ones that are least affected during these moons, and it feels that that things are kind of even on a personal level all around for most signs that I've seen. Gemini season is here. But this full moon takes place in freedom loving what? Sagittarius. hmm Freedom loving Sagittarius. So I want to give you a few affirmations to possibly say. If you want to jot them down, you can, or you can come back and write them. They're not mine. I didn't write them. I've been reading quite a few books since my brain allows me to read lately. And I've been reading The Alchemist and The Universe Has Your Back and some other ones. And so these are Gabrielle Bernstein's from her book, The Universe Has Your Back. It's pushed us into healing. And I'm going to talk about more about that, but I'm going to give you a couple affirmations first, and maybe that'll answer some of your questions. It's happy. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's good to be back. It's good to be seen. Gemini season, like I said, is it's almost here, and this full moon is going to take place in a freedom-loving Sagittarius sign, which is Gemini's zodiac's opposite sign, right? And so this full moon in astrology always takes place when the sun and the moon oppose each other in that zodiac sign, right? So, which is why this point in the lunar cycle is known for bringing tensions to climax, right? Or bringing tensions back down because of the lunation, right? The lunation is also the eclipse, and we can expect to feel chaotic, even like this chaotic energy could quadruple because Jupiter, it's the planet of expansion. Whatever it touches, it just blows up, right? And I'll talk about where he is. And Mars with all of the planets where they are, plays a significant role of what's going on right now. So try to keep some of these affirmations that she talks about in that book. If you'd like to know the name of it again, it's The Universe Has Your Back, and it's by Gabrielle Bernstein. And she says, I recognize that I have chosen wrongly. I forgive that thought, and I choose again, and I choose love. So let's say you're outside and you're shopping somewhere and you get angry, right? You can say, I recognize that I chose anger out of a response and that I chose wrongly. I forgive this thought within myself and I choose again. And this time I choose love. And if you start doing those types of affirmations, because what you think is what you bring into your reality, then you will start seeing those positive changes in your life. It's not the journey, right, that matters. It's actually is the journey that matters. It's not the destination. It doesn't matter where you're going. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Are you enjoying yourself as you're getting there? Right? Are you having fun? She talks about that too. Manifestation takes place on multiple levels, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, right? A thought is energy. And when you think a bad thought, whether you say it aloud or not, a thought is energy. Our words are language. So I would have said language is energy, which it is. It's a form of energy as well. But our thoughts are very powerful, and what you think, you become, and what you resist persists. So, if you can kind of change things up a little bit and trust that the universe and that your wounds are exactly as the universe planned it, right? That you were divinely placed in your life in this perfect order so that you could show up for your life, right? So that you could show up and gain wisdom, so you could show up and learn lessons in life. Lessons like wisdom. Wisdom, we need so much wisdom on this planet, and there's not a lot of it. And when you awaken, you gain wisdom, and you no longer will fight society or yourself or your thoughts to sabotage yourself anymore. You will realize how fertile it is. So, in the midst of this darkness, Gabby says, I'm going to call her Gabby because I don't know what else to call her, because I really fell in love with her voice because I listened to audio and she had the cutest voice. And so she says, in the midst of darkness, grab a flashlight. And I thought, that's perfect. That's perfect. I mean, how simple is that, right? Grab a flashlight. Wow, did you see that big puff of smoke? That must have been spirit. So trust that the wounds and what it is that you're going through right now is exactly as the universe has planned. And that you were divinely placed these things in your life in the perfect order that they're there so that you could show up for yourself, your family, and your kids, right? First and foremost, if you can't show up for yourself, your essence of who you are, that's always going to be taken out on the people surrounding you, right? So it's a good vibe to hold on to if you can, especially if you're raising little ones, because it's a positive thing. Manifestation, the universe will really set you free on all self-limiting beliefs if you allow it, that it will unblock you from your own greatness. If you show up for your life every day and you show up for them, as she speaks about in this book, as assignments, and you look at them as assignments, like, when we went to school, we had an assignment. We didn't learn how to tie our shoe or take the training wheels off our bike or write the alphabet or sing a song or pledge allegiance or do any of that unless someone taught us, right? So you have to show up for your life, and you have to allow the universe to help guide you to whatever assignment is due, right? And then you need to, that will aid in the healing process. It really will. So I just want you to keep those affirmations in mind if you can. And you can always choose again. You don't have to stick with your original decision. You can choose again, right? So, additionally, both the sun and the moon are going to be squaring off with an expansive planet that I've already talked about, Jupiter, right? This is currently in a sensitive sign of what? My sign, Pisces. I'm a double Pisces, Cancer rising, right? This moon is exact. The aspect could lead us down a road to Pisces are daydreamers, right? That could lead us down a road of overindulgence. It could lead us down a road of escapism. It could lead us down a road of emotional overreactions, because that's what Pisces do. And if they deny it, they're lying to you, because we're very sensitive and we know all the signs, and we sit in the 12th house. So we know about escapism. Why? Because we escaped a lot of shit. We tried to. We know about overindulgence because we overindulged in a lot of shit. We knew about emotional overreactions because we overreacted to a lot of emotional shit. So that's why we sit in the 12th house, because we've been through the shit, right? And with so much planetary action making and taking place in this mutable sign, because Pisces is mutable. That's another reason why Pisces is adaptable, because we can mute to I go to the invisible cosmic realms that others can't go to. It's so true about Pisces. It's so true. They can escape and overindulge. I mean, I know a lot of Pisces that were drug addicts or overindulged, emotional martyrs, codependents, and they're such gifted empaths, healers, and they don't know it. So I know this for verbatim, because I am a double Pisces Cancer rising, and that's my story. So I'm not saying that because that's everyone else's story. That's pretty much mine, and a bag of chips with a Diet Coke to go along with it. So all these planetary actions that are taking place could cause me to act like that, right? But in a mutable sign like the zodiac, you can guarantee that anybody born under that sign, mm, they're going to be feeling this eclipse effects in a more, how should I say that word, grandiose way. They're going to read onto you. They're just going to read into it. They're just going to, uh, mm, if you're a zodiac sign that sits in the 12th house of Pisces, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because this May 21st full moon will affect most signs on pretty much a scale. But Pisces, it's really going to affect. Gemini, the eclipse is lighting up relationships for Gemini all year long, really. Gemini and the supermoon eclipse, especially if it's taking place in the house of your partnerships, then that's what's going on there for you. This means major climaxes or confusions or even changes are likely to be hitting your love life, or could. Cheers. This could be a time to, if you're Gemini, to maybe just, I don't know, take your commitment to someone, to the person you're with, on a more serious level, on a level of seriousness, or try to really have a certain major connection with them in reaching, you know, don't try to hit their chords. You know how you spend time with people and you know what chords to strike, you know how to get their goat, you know how to make them angry. Don't try to do that. Try to level yourself up a little bit with them, because during this time for Gemini, there is some confusion that can take place, right? If you're a Virgo, the eclipse probably will be shaking up things, maybe in an ultra sensitive house, maybe your home and your family. Maybe Virgo, the beginning of all sorts of heartfelt feelings, right? And memories might surface. You might have some chaos might manifest because you're going to interject some sort of drama into your living situation or your family unit. Try not to do that. It might happen really quickly and you might just respond. Remember what I said in the beginning? You can choose again. You don't have to do it again. You can choose again. If you recognize it, it's behavior, and you can choose again. So choose again, right? You may be feeling heavy on your work grid lately. You might also, so this might have some sort of reasoning why you're so explosive when you get home in your family unit or your environment. Might just be inconvenience, coincidence, I don't know. But remember, it's just important for you to just show up for yourself in your private life as and leave your professional life outside the door. I used to tell the girls that I used to train in nursing, do not take this job home to your kids, because I know you have kids and family and loved ones, and you're going to relate this to your children, to your family, to your husband, and you're going to be diagnosing them, and so leave it at the door if you can. Virgo, if you can, Virgo. I have Virgo in my chart too, so I can do that too. I have a tendency to do some of that too. Sagittarius is just a beautiful sign. This supermoon is taking place in the house of yourself and ego. So it's going to feel like the eclipse spotlight is just shining directly right the fuck on you. Spotlight. And in the darkness, grab a flashlight, like Gabby said, right? It's going to be directly aimed at you, Sagittarius. You're undergoing some deep personal changes this year, and this lunar lunation maybe is climactic and a turning point for you on your journey of self discovery. It's going to be a journey of self discovery. I would say, and don't distract yourself. Don't try to sabotage yourself by taking on too much. Don't take on a shit ton of outside invitations. Don't go to parties. Don't distract yourself. Stay focused. Try to allow your I know this is easier said than done, Sagittarius, because I'm having this problem too. Try to allow your evolution to unfold without any intervention. Just let the flow flow, right? Just let the flow flow. You might be surprised by the needs and the desires that you want to express, but you don't have to stop and think. You don't have to express every single thing you think, right? You don't have to. So what feels like an identity crisis to you might right now may actually just be you coming from that cocoon and turning into that beautiful, beautiful butterfly. So, Sagittarius, get a flashlight there, darling. Pisces, 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 Pisces. I'm a Pisces too, so this applies to me. This eclipse is taking place in the house of our career. So, Pisces, you're going to move more focused, let's say. You're going to be more focused on a public image, okay? Then your private life. But your career is going to blow up and go first. So, Pisces, it's every card, every reading I've done for Pisces, and I'm going to just assume the next ones I'm doing for all the zodiacs and Pisces comes up, it's going to be a card of action is going to show up. This is a time for Pisces to act, right? Changes and updates to your work situation are maybe developing, and they may develop quick. That you might just go, where the fuck did that come from, right? And you might feel hard pressed even to try and keep up with the demands, right? Because there might be some how do I say that? There might be some really quick decisions that you have to flash off and make, or some judgment calls that you have to do. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, Pisces. Stay in the vertical. Trust that your abilities as a professional are adequate. Do not compare yourself to another person. Don't say they are better than I, they are smarter than I. Every person, everything that you see, someone thought of, right? And you're no different than they are. They're not brilliant. You're not brilliant. We're all the same oneness. So you have the capacity, Pisces, to do it. From every door that closes in a career, another one opens, right? And there's going to be a swinging opening door for Pisces, and it's going to be on the public arena some sort of way, and it's going to be leading Pisces into some really new and exciting opportunities, things that you probably never even thought of, because the universe has plans for Pisces. So keep your head above the water if you can, and navigate your professional shift if you need to get educated in a situation. I always tell people, I didn't take the training wheels off my bike. My dad and my mom did, and it took me getting a few scabbed knees and, screwed up elbows to learn how to ride the bike, right? We all learn by trial and error. So don't be afraid to try new things. If you say it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Try something new. Go to something new. That's what's going on with you, Pisces. So brace yourself, because there's also this retrograde, this retrograde that's coming, right? So get ready for some cosmic mayhem that may just come in because of this retrograde. That's spring 2021 is going to be coming in, and it begins on the 29th. So this headache may induce transits that will bring about all sorts of mix-ups for everybody. And when it comes in, it's going to be thinking, timing, and I always say, if the universe brings you something, clear space for it, because that's why it's in. So you must have cleared space for it, or it wouldn't be coming to you, right? When you clear space for something and then you get focused on what you really want, and you set an intention, and then you get into action towards the intention. Don't set out to set a goal. Set out to say, let me use this example. Say you want to make a restaurant business come alive, or you want to have the best hair salon open up, right? Don't think about what somebody else did for this hair salon. Ask yourself what you want that salon to look like as an end product. What are some of the things you would want customers to say about that salon or whatever it is you're building as an end product? Don't get mixed up in the details. Let the universe bring you what will come, and stay positive and grounded in the vertical. And that cosmic mayhem, because of the Mercury retrograde, it's for everybody. It's going to bring about some headache inducing traumas. You'll be able to sort out mix ups, though, and you'll be able to come into some perfect thinking and timing and socializing with other like minded individuals when you're dealing with some wonky vibes. I would say somewhere between June 20th and June 22nd, there's going to be some wonky, shitty ass vibes totaling out on all three of the weeks of the retrograde events that are going to be taking place on all antic levels, right? Knowing how Mercury retrograde really affects you on the spring of 2021, you probably should get your cards read and have somebody do a chart for you, really, because Mercury in astrology really rules over just about every logistical matter that you can think of, right? It means that mm, it means really it does this about 3 times a year, and it can impact your life on a day-to-day basis in a hard, heavy hitting way, right? And that's why I'm doing this video. Typically, Mercury retrogrades they include like botched scheduling, maybe unexpected timing, maybe a delay, maybe a misunderstanding, maybe even you like you're expecting a call and you don't get it because your laptop or your phone or your Mac has a glitch in it and you don't get it, or you are expecting an invitation and it shows up in your spam. Don't overreact. Those are the kinds of things that happen during these retrograde periods. Given that Mercury rules technology, it's a given that's going to happen right around that time when the retrograde, through all the the curiosity of the air sign Gemini, which puts an added emphasis on it, right, for communication issues and information. So when Gemini gets involved and they want emphasis on communication and information, they want to know what's expected of them. And so there's going to be some crossed wires and some ghosted texts and some probably some general struggles with some, I'm going to even say snail mail and emails and weather, especially during the Mercury where it's squaring, when it squares with the logistic planet Neptune. You might be feeling hazy. You might be I don't know, thoughts may even just seem confusing to you, right? With that said, we should really just check all of our resources, dot all of our I's, cross all our T's before believing anything we hear, we read, we see, or we're told, right? Don't jump to conclusions. If you do that and someone makes an ass out of you, you make an ass out of me too, right? So know what to, if you know what to expect, you can kind of get the frick out of the way, right? So Aries, let's talk to Aries a second. Aries retrogrades especially going to be dizzying for you. It's going to be dizzying for you when it comes to probably communication, talking to people, saying things that you want to say, right? Aries, even on the most mundane level, on a day to day social interaction with somebody, you could be sitting there saying something or being at a loss for words, even with friends or small tasks, neighbors, family, kids. It might hit you before the retrograde, but more so right around the retrograde, I'm going to say. And you might feel that there's going to be snags and it might involve some sort of drama or misunderstanding that played out. So, with that said, just take some extra care to be thoughtful about what you say and what you're doing and listen closely to what people are saying to you. Okay? Because Aries can miscommunicate things. You know how we have a fish on a hook, and by the time we tell the fish story, it's this big, and it's no dig against any of the signs. We all do it, right? We all do it. So what did I put for Taurus? Taurus. Cheers, everybody. Well, Taurus really matters. Could get a little confusing during the retrograde for you because you'll want to keep a close eye on money, bank accounts, your wallet, uh, because of a potential. There might be an accidental overspending, an accidental overpayment of unemployment or something like that that has caused a delay in payment for you. Something of that nature. I don't know what it involves. You know your story. It's best to just avoid any big purchases. Don't, I always set myself a goal if I'm, when I was married, I used to say to my spouse, if I spend this much money, I'll always get an okay from you first, right? So I'm sure you have some sort of goal you set for yourself where you don't spend a particular amount of money. Don't just try to avoid making a big purchase right now. Don't sign anything during the Mercury retrograde. If you need to, just be sure you read everything thoroughly and print and hold on to your receipts, right? In case you need to return something or prove you bought it or something of that nature. Gemini. Gemini. What does it mean for Gemini? Cheers, everybody. Spirit Gemini. Well, it means that there could possibly be some sort of mix up, Spirit saying, some way that you're expressing yourself to another. It'll be easy for you to uh-uh. Uh, I don't want to say it that way. I'm going to say it this way. You know how you can sometimes say, to someone, I didn't mean to send you that kind of signal. And if I did, I'm sorry. You could accidentally send somebody that kind of mixed signal during this retrograde. So stay conscious of how you're presenting yourself, possibly. Choose your words. Because our words can easily be misunderstood, right? Or misinterpreted during this time, especially since there's so much chaotic energy around quick thinking, decision making, timing. There's going to be quick snap decisions for a lot of people during this moon. I hope you guys have prepared your stones and put everything out. You have time to do it a good 3 days to a week before your moon comes in and a week after. So you can set your stones out. You can charge your water, your crystals. Go and look at the video I put up on the moon rituals. You can do that. This is a big, powerful moon that's coming in, and it's called so many things. And then the eclipse coming in with it. It's just going to be profound. Last night, the moon was so big, it looked full to me from my back door. So I built my studio off the back so I could see it deliberately. So let's talk a little bit about Cancer. I'm Cancer rising, and I don't know if you follow astrology, whether you follow Eastern, Western, or Vedic. I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? To me, it doesn't matter. But there are a lot of things going on, and there are determining in the astrology world of astrologers, and by no means am I an astrologer. I don't have a professional astrology license. I just love reading about it and doing it. So I just do it. So they are saying, now I've lost my point. Oh, they are saying that even Vedic, Western, and Eastern astrology are saying that most people now are resonating with their rising sign. Have I not been saying that? I've been saying that in every reading. You probably will resonate with your rising sign most. That's why I can sometimes look at Taurus reading or Cancer reading and they're spot the fuck on. I can look at a Pisces reading and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. That's not my reading, right? Somebody else's, right? So I take what fits and leave the rest, just like everybody else does. But Cancer, as a spiritually minded water sign that you already are, because you are, being in touch with your higher self right now is going to be extremely important to you. And the reason I bring it up is because, and I say it this way, and it may sound harsh or even profound to you, and I don't mean it that way. I'm Cancer rising. And it is hitting personally when I did my chart and I saw where the planets lined up, and it hit my spirituality house and my house of career and public image, right? And everything that my chart told me is what I'm experiencing. And so if you don't follow astrology and you never have, and you want to see if it is, it's very simple to do. You can just fill out a free birth chart online. It won't give you the in-depth, but you'll have it. And go and look at your rising sign and see if that resonates. And if it does, then I was right. If it doesn't, then I guess I was wrong. But Cancer, you are very spiritually minded, and right now you're going to have to be in touch with that higher self, because I am. And Cancer, that's part of what makes this retrograde extremely fucking frustrating for you. You might find it hard to access your intuition. You might even feel confused about what, when, how, where, and why, and how am I supposed to go about doing it. Your subconscious mind might be trying to tell you something. Lean on the insight of trusted friends right now. Specifically, people that you can talk with, that can talk you through the mixed up feelings that you're having or that you're experiencing. Because I know you're going through it, because I'm going through it myself. So, namaste to my Cancer babies. I'm sending you love, light, and energy, just like I send remotely to all of the energies, right? All of the signs. But for Cancer, just be aware of what I said. Leo, my lovely Leo the lion. Leos are leaders, right? And so there's going to be group dynamics in your life that could get a tad messy during the retrograde for Leo. If you're going to have maybe a collaboration, if you will, with others, you'll want to take extra care when it comes to organizing it with the utmost clarity that you can. Okay? Don't get things confused. If it's a team project and you need to work together as a team, and you don't, your team could suffer delays, okay, or miscommunication. So be aware of that, and that could cause chaos, and it may overspill in your social life when you go out at night and have a drink with your girl, right? So just be aware of that. Steer clear of any gossip or any rumors that anybody might be telling you right now, and make sure that you're doing your part to keep your side of the street clean, right? If you sweep away drama and keep your side of the street clean, you'll be good to go. And just don't step in it. Virgo. Wow, Virgo, your life is has been going to be heavily impacted during the retrograde. I'd probably say for Virgo, don't start any new professional endeavors. Now's not a good time to quit a job and sign a contract that binds you to something. Expect for wires to get crossed. Expect someone to overlook an email that you might have sent, or you to overlook an email that someone might have sent you, and that someone might have been your boss. There might be delays in house or big projects that you're doing. There might be some sort of how do I say that, Spirit? There might be some. She's saying that there might be some time zone difference. So I'm assuming she's showing me time zone, you know, the time zone where someone is like 4 or 5 hours ahead or behind. So there might be a mix up with a schedule due to a time zoning. So be sure you dot all your I's and cross all your T's too, to avoid that there's any misunderstanding of where you're supposed to be. Even think about printing yourself an itinerary out if you need be, right? So you have it with you all the time. So Libra, here we go, Libra. Libras are, I love my Libras. Libras are going to be, excuse me, I blew that right in y'all's face, didn't I? Cheers. Libras are going to be wanting to get out of Dodge. They're going to be wanting to probably travel somewhere, take a vacation, or just set their sights on some big trip that they want to take, right? Be extra prone to any unexpected delays. Make sure you have your tires checked. Make sure you have any transportation that you're possibly going in and you may be doing yourself, that you have it all looked over and there's no problems. If you're traveling on public transportation, make sure you have some sort of itinerary so there's no snags in like a delay or a change in train, plane, bus, or a snag that might make going into town feel a little more stressful and hectic for you than you want. It can help you to just save any major plans for after that retrograde if you want to make things simpler, to run smoother for you. So don't plan any big trips or vacations if you, I don't know. There might be some snags, just know that. Just know that. And check everything out. So the transportation issue is the biggest one that I'm seeing for you. Scorpio, it's hard to be clear on the information right now, really. Scorpio. It's okay. Yes. Okay. She's saying something about fine print. Something about fine print. Don't get involved with any loans or making any binding contracts at this time. Don't do any promissory notes with other people. Honesty is your best policy to use, Scorpio, but even the most straightforward debts and agreements could get, how'd she put it? Mm. Could cause water under the bridge that might cause bad blood in a relationship or a business partnership. I wouldn't do any of that until the retrograde passes, if you can avoid it. If you can avoid making a business or a binding promissory note to a business partner, maybe think about doing that. After, if honesty isn't the most important thing to you, because it might come back and bite you in the ass. I'm just saying. Okay. So Sagittarius, Mercury isn't the Mercury isn't the planet of love in Sagittarius, but this retrograde could give you a big effect on your relationship. Communication in a romantic partnership can get messy during this time. You may be apart from a partner right now, and you may need that separation for both of you guys to heal due to a misunderstanding that could easily have led to some, let's just say, off the charts fucking drama. Take extra care to check in with your partner and clear up any misinterpretations or texts that you're causing you some confusion that causes your behavior to not be on the up and up, let's just say, before it turns into something big or serious, right? Because Mercury could do that for you. Capricorn, I'd probably just say, she's bringing up my mother. my mother's past, bless her heart. And so my mother must be with the spirit because my mom's a Cappy and she just showed me my mother. So this retrograde is turning your schedule probably upside down if you're a Capricorn. You could probably make you very fucking frustrated in a few weeks, and it may feel like timing is just off on every level for you. Perhaps even you're just your alarm don't go off and you're just going to run late for a business meeting. You wrote something down and you wrote the wrong time. You wrote it backwards, or you wrote the date backwards. Maybe you got the appointment mixed up in your planner, and you're hitting unexpected traffic when you find out about it. Nothing's gonna fucking go right from the time you leave your house. So triple check all your details. Make sure you have your plans and any extra care for things that you might possibly need in the event that you have a snag. Like make sure you have jumper cables and uh, There's a, I don't know what this is. It's a bag. It's a bag. I think it's probably like my bag in my trunk. I have a bag in my trunk that has jumper cables, something to set out for the roadside, for emergency uses, and to have your tires checked, triple check the details and plans before you leave the house. It'll just help avoid things. Aquarius. Wow. Things could probably get a little messy during the retrograde, probably. It could be an extra upfront about your feelings to avoid confusion. If someone asks you a question, be point blank about the answer. Don't beat around the mulberry bush, right? Because that's going to prevent any confusion for you. You can avoid having some major decisions in your love arena area if you starting a new relationship, or if you're moving in with a partner that you currently have. Um, they don't usually during things, as we start things during retrogrades, during Mercury retrogrades, they don't usually have lasting pizzazz, lasting power, right? So I would just I would try to keep things on a casual level if you can, right? Don't jump to high stakes, so you can avoid any backtrack later on, I guess I could say it that way. I don't know. Keep flings temporarily casual if you can. Don't, and low sake. Don't put so much investment into them, because you might have to backtrack later, you know? And I told you about Pisces. This retrograde is good. It could add some extra stress to Pisces life, right? Pisces, just do your best to keep things drama free and avoid any major changes in your living situation. Don't make any major fucking decisions right now, Pisces. You must really understand Pisces will overreact and make a decision on that reaction. And those decisions generally come back to haunt them and bite them in the ass, because it's based on the misunderstanding. This could come up for Pisces if you have a roommate or a family member and there's tension at home, and the communication about the home repairs or the rent payment or something isn't on the up and up. So just take longer time to look at that and make sure those are all things that you can look at. And the most thing I could tell Pisces at this point is to self love yourself and keep yourself in the vertical. You know, you can play in the horizontal all you want, and the egoic mind can and this applies for everybody. The egoic mind will grab a hold of us and crawl up our ass and try to come through the back door, right? And it will tell us things in our mind that aren't true, that are illusions, and that's the egoic mind, because you have to be right, you have to be better, you have to be this, or you're not, or you're less than, and you think you're less than. It's either or, and it's usually fear based. So if you stay in the vertical and you remember the manifestations, that the universe is here to set us free, and they will unblock us from any of those limitations that we have, so that we're able to stand in our own greatness, right? And we'll be able to show up in our lives and take care of the universal assignments that are given to us. I've told you guys in tarot many times, the tarot deck simply mirrors your life, and it shows you things. I'm sure if you've heard comments like, my mom used to say, the one that greases the wheel the most is the guilty party, or the person that, I think that's what she said. And then what's another one? The one that's chronically complaining is the one that's probably causing the problem. You have to just try to, allow the universe to help you and to guide you. Cheers, my little tent, in whatever assignment that you have. And then ask the universe, ask spirit to give you aid in the healing process. Get clear, clear your space. Whatever no longer serves you, remember that. Whatever doesn't serve you, recognize too that one of the most important things you can say to yourself, any sign that you are, doesn't matter. Recognize that I have chosen wrongly, and I forgive this thought, and I choose again, and I choose love, and it will change your life. It's the journey, right, that matters, not the destination of where you're going, not who you're taking with you, not how you're going to get there, not when, why, how, and where. It's the journey. Enjoy the journey. So, what doesn't serve you, my best advice for all signs during all these retrogrades, especially with Pluto retrograde, it's personal transformations going on and taking place. So recognize that maybe you chose wrongly in a situation, and forgive that thought or the reaction, and choose again, and choose love, choose yourself. And it puts you in this flow of your essence of who you are, your one self, right? And so I really hope that some of this insight gives you guys information. We're just 2 straight months, man, free from planetary retrogrades, and that's going to give us a relatively rare opportunity to enjoy an influx of forward focus energy. But then fucking Mercury going retrograde on the 29th, when these cosmic honeymoon is over, and Pluto retrograding for 2021, officially hitting us in April. It's a fucking rage going on through October, and Pluto's retrograde is usually an annual planetary. That event is going to help us to process all of this stuff that we're going through, all this transformation, all this subconscious terrain we've been dealing with, all these dark nights of the soul, right? Because I'll tell you, I've been going through the dark night of the soul myself. So if you want to get specific about what is happening during any of these planetary shifts, the best way to do that is to get your cards read. Get your cards read with somebody that you resonate with, somebody that you know and that you trust, and put your shit on the table. It's your life. We only have one. We only have one. And you don't get a chance to go back and redo it, you know? So I don't know about you, but I want to do what the Bible tells me, and I want to hit the mark. If I miss the mark, I'm sinning. And that's what Jesus means in the Bible. You're missing the mark. You're sinning. Missing the mark is missing the essence of oneself, consciousness. If you're missing the mark, if you don't see the essence of oneself and realize you are God, you are consciousness, and you can make a difference in this world by just the way you think, by law of attraction and manifestation. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to change your behavior and your beliefs because I say. Investigate it. That's what the journey is about. It's not what I say that matters or the destination. It's the journey that takes you on the investigation that you choose. And so just get clear. Clear some space. What doesn't serve you, get rid of it. Go through your closets, get rid of any old clothes, donate them to the thrift store. Any shoes, jackets, take them to the homeless. Go through your canned goods, maybe, and take those to the places that hand out the food for people, and give them any extra cans that you have. Look in your garage and see if you have any extra stuff laying around that might serve somebody that you haven't used for 6 months to a year. Make space for new to come in, because if you don't make space for new to come in, nothing new can come in, right? And so once you've made that space, then get clear. Get clear in your mind about what you want during this next cycle, because we are in a new cycle, the age of Aquarius, a new millennium. The millennium is over. This is the age of Aquarius. We've gone into a new paradigm, a whole new paradigm shift. We're in the 5D, and people still think we're in the 3. Look at your internet cable. I bet it says 5D. Recognize you've made the wrong decision or thought in your mind and choose again. Choose love. Clear your space. Get rid of what doesn't serve you. Set your intention once your space is cleared, right? Now you have space, new will come in, and choose the universe, right? To unblock any limiting beliefs that are holding you hostage or blocking you from your own greatness, your own essence of who you are. Recognize you are that essence and begin to manifest, because this world is a playground, like I've been telling you guys, and it's based on how you're playing as a player. That's what it boils down to. So we can all make mistakes, right? And if we let the universe set us free from these limiting beliefs that block us from our greatness, then we can show up for the universal assignments that are being shown to us. And we can allow the universe to help guide us to whatever assignment else that needs to assist us or aid us in our healing. And we can get clear about our intention on what we really want as that essence of that soul of that person. That is who you are, that consciousness. Then you can get clear about that and where you want to go. I'm clear on mine. I'm a teacher, I'm a healer, and I'm clear on that. There's no question about it. When I'm doing it, I'm reverberating and vibrating on a level that should be electrocuting me. And the information is not mine, it's coming from consciousness. I'm just the vehicle in which she's using. And the reason I call her she is because I am that consciousness. And when you have an awakening, you'll realize you as well are that consciousness. That's why you'll realize there's no separation between you, me, and the fence post. It's oneness, consciousness, love, right? So I appreciate you guys stopping in. Don't forget to comment. I didn't have time to do this reading, but I'll be doing the readings for all the zodiac signs starting today. And I may be using these, but I'll be coming back to do another video because I want to talk about some other things that came to light overnight. And just be sure and comment between 1 and 8,000 if you're interested in winning the chakra stones and the deck of cards. This is the White Sage Tarot. I love it. It's the smaller deck, but this is my own personal deck, and I'll show it to you. It's like totally used up, but it comes with 2 cards for your chakras and a book. And they're not that big, so they're perfect, but mine are pretty tethered, because I use them a lot. And you can take them on a train or a plane or an airplane, and you can travel with them, and they're really nice. And you can take your stones with you too, and you can always balance yourself in the vertical. So if you're interested in winning these and you are subscribed to my channel, because you must be subscribed, hit the thumbs up and share the content, and then put a comment in the comment section. Pick a number between 1 and 8,000, because I think I'm at 8,333 or something like that. And if that isn't an idiosyncrasy, I don't know what is, my friends. So thank you for stopping by and sharing some time with me. I know it's early and probably people are getting ready for their holiday weekend, this coming up weekend. So I appreciate you guys so, so much for stopping in and spending any time dotting in and dotting out. I love it. Namaste to you all. Stay well, stay safe, and stay medicated. Peace.